This is the climate dress, an interactive piece of clothing that responds to changing levels of carbon dioxide in the air by creating different patterns of light. It's an example of what's called wearable electronics, garments that combine electronic components with fabrics to create products that can sense and respond to the world around them. And when it was released, the climate dress created quite a stir.
We put it on the internet and like 5 days later it was mentioned in 20,000 of blogs. So it really kind of exploded. And I think that the fact that it's actually the embroidery that is conductive, and we have this kind of deeply integration between technology and textile, but also a deeply kind of a mixture of technology and fashion, that just kind of gave the story and made it very popular in a very short time.
It might have created quite a stir because it commented on the environment, but what makes the climate dress extraordinary is that it's made from components that anyone can buy for less than $50. The lights are LEDs, and they're linked together using embroidery made with silver-coated nylon thread, and that conducts electricity.
So this is actually the conductive embroidery that is used, and I can demonstrate how it is actually, how it's working. So I have an LED here that has two legs, a plus and a minus, and I just kind of put it into the embroidery, and then I'll take a battery over here and I can make it light. So that's quite simple, and you can see that it is actually the embroidery that is conductive and no wires.
The finished dress contains 104 LEDs in 4 circuits. They're controlled by a series of low-cost computer chips mounted on printed circuit boards, or PCBs.
Over here, this PCB is actually a LED controller that is controlling these LEDs that you see in front. But actually the exciting things are on the back, where we have a receiver here that is receiving information from the CO2 sensor that is over in the window wirelessly, and then that is sort of transferred into this main PCB that is analyzing the CO2 level and transforms it into signals to the other LED controllers that sort of control the LED.
The 6 PCBs Hanne-Louise used to create the dress are called Arduino Lilypads. The wireless receiver collects information from the CO2 sensor. This is then analysed by the processor and distributed to the 4 controller boards connected to the LEDs. The result is that as CO2 levels change, so too do the patterns of light.
The effect of the light is resembling a breath, meaning that when the CO2 level is low, it's like it's easy to breathe, and you can breathe deep down into your lungs, and you can sort of blow all the way out again. So it's very calm. When the CO2 rises, like in here, where we have a lot of lamps, so the CO2 level is quite high, it becomes more irregular. And actually when it's very high, it is almost highest level here, it becomes very kind of flickery.
The climate dress is proof that with simple electronics and a good idea, it's possible to create garments that can have a massive impact. And with new components coming to market all the time, Diffus are already exploring new ways of combining lighting and conductive embroidery.
This is a continuity of the work we have done with the dress, exploring the potential to embroider light into fabric and into textile, and this is a quite remarkable achievement made by Foster Rohner, the embroidery company, by making those LEDs completely flat. As you can see, there is no bump at all. It's completely at the same level, and it is washable as well. It has tremendous applications as we see it, not only for wearables, but just name it, almost curtains, furniture, whatever. And we are looking into those different directions right now.
The new washable LEDs mean it won't be long before textile-based lighting appears in the high street. And that's not the only way wearable electronics is increasingly finding its way into consumer products.